Hello, dear viewers. This is Ivana Pauerová and True Story podcast, powered by Institute of Documentary Film in Prague, bringing you the most talented and most interesting documentary filmmakers from Central and Eastern Europe. Today, I'm talking to Ivana Pauerová Miloševičová. Hello, Ivana.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
I would like to ask you mainly about your new film, but before we start about it, I'd like to ask you, how are you these days? We are making this interview after a year of COVID pandemic. And for us as filmmakers, it was a very special time. How are you?
I wouldn't say that it's just for the filmmakers. I think it's the whole Earth issue. And I must say, and let me knock on the wood as we do, that I can't complain too much. In professional way, I think that, of course, there has been a lot of changes for the cinemas especially, and there are many issues that has to be dealt with because of the corona, but also it brought us some of the new views, a little bit more modesty and rethinking some topics. We would not have another wave, I would say, at this point, for documentary filmmakers, it was and it is time of finding a balance again and rethink what is the real importance to be shown, told, the stories, what stories are really important.
So let's go a little bit back. A few years back, you started to make your new film, Peculiarity of a Fisherman's Soul.
Yeah, sorry for this. I know it's really complicated to pronounce. I have myself a great deal of problem.
I'll say it once again to be sure. It's Peculiarity of a Fisherman's Soul. And in the annotation of your film, we can read that a group of 6 kind-hearted guys from Czech Republic embark on a long journey to Norway, connected by long years of friendship and desire for male adventure and a big fish. This phenomenon is common for almost 15,000 Czech people. Was this one of the main reasons why you decided to make this film?
To make it more precise, there are registered, I would say officially registered, fishermen. In Czech Republic, there are something like 350,000 registered fishermen.
In a 10 million.
When you mentioned number 15,000, it's something around 15,000. I would rather say that it was a little bit more before COVID. We'll see what will a new phase bring to us, but at the moment it's around 15,000 people going from Czech Republic to Norway, sometimes Sweden for fishing. So there are these 2 numbers here.
Ne tak rychle.
Zvesela.
Ne tak rychle. Max, máte tady důchodce.
Je mě vidět asi.
Tak tebe musí být vidět. Já jsem dal ten navijář.
Občanka řidiča vás.
Mám. Krabičky Ogifenu, Endiaron, Kinedril.
Tady tohle jsou guláše.
Je to češu.
Jo.
Když jsme byli naposledy, tak nikdo neodjel s prázdnou bednou.
Takovouhle taky nechytnu.
Ale hoši, já vám řeknu, já jsem plnej zážitku.
Chlapci, uvědomujete si, že za 24 hodin už budete co letovat?
Na přežití.
No to říkám.
Ani náznak odporu jste necítili?
V severních vodách
Hlejte, jak vodičkoka.
čekej tiše,
Máme problém s lodí.
měj napnutý sluch,
Lékárničku jsme skoro celou vypotřebovali.
měj napnutý prut.
Míro, slyšíš mě? Vytahá chytila Radka.
Na mořským dně, nad tmavým břišem,
Přijď si pro mě.
číhá tvůj
uteklo.
Ale máte něco?
Jo, hlad.
And so this huge number of Czech people who, mainly men, who travel far away and really like use their spared money to spend some time north and fishing. Was this the main reason for you to jump into this topic and make a film about it?
I would say in general that it's author-driven film. In this case, this part author-driven is based on some kind of a really personal motivation, as my husband and our grandfather are really, really passionate fishermen. I was observing this peculiar way of living and being passionate about something in this really close relationship, and I found out that it's something I really don't understand. Even though myself, I'm by origin from part of the world where we had and we have a sea coast, and it's supposed to be that this Croatian Bosnian relationship to sea and fishes is supposed to be much on higher level, or this passion. But when I came to Czech Republic, I found out that it's really here. It's something special. And then I have this at home. My husband and grandfather are completely like the little boys. So I a little bit started thinking, what is with this, like why? And then I started searching for my protagonist, and I found this group of 6 friends in different ages, of different age, that are friends from hospoda or from bar. In one street, they all live in one street and often visit this particular bar. And they agree every season to go to far north, to Norway, above Trondheim, and try their luck with big fishes. Approximately 10 to 14 days to be there, and it's like repetitive. Every year they try to go there. They spare some money, as you mentioned, and it's some kind of poetic way how to get older and how to still feel a man properly and be again a hunter, and a little bit of Hemingway in it. And it's a observational film, so it's also that we wanted to be there really and try to realize, as my original motivation was really to find out what's the trigger there.
So one would expect, as you say, that they go there to hunt, maybe to meditate by the sea. Were there any surprises? Was there anything you found out there and you didn't expect?
Basically, my surprise was that it is even less about fishing than about friendship and finding some kind of zen or inner peace, having your time for yourself and being able to switch out from everything, which is one of the issues that I think came even more through COVID and Corona period that we are still in, and we are living it for 1 year and more. And what new I found out that they are able really to relax and find their own, reestablish their inner peace, or how do I say? But everything is just and only thanks to their inner jokes, humor, trying to find a peace and catch a fish, which becomes also a reason for having this humor and making a joke. So it's a kind of a circle. And for more, you should see the film.
True Story is a documentary podcast powered by the Institute of Documentary Film. You can find news from the world of film on all the common platforms such as iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, as well as on docweb.net.
As you said, you decided to do really purely observative documentary film.
Yes.
Was there any moment you felt like, I wish I could ask something, do something, help them? Did you have these hesitations?
There is only one scene in the film where I somehow stepped in terms of suggesting them something. Otherwise, we really were there, and most of the work behind the camera was to somehow calm them down in terms like, and make a plan together with them, because they were sometimes quite far away on the sea, and the mobile signal was not functioning, and we had different ways how to catch each other and somehow fit in their plans where they will go, because it was unknown to us. So where to meet when everything looks the same, like you have only a piece of coast, and from time to time you see it, but otherwise it's open sea. So it was a mixture of somehow suggesting some things to them, and then a deal with the situations where we had to be with a quite expensive technical equipment on an open sea and in a quite small boat where you could never know when the waves will come. It also happened, etc. So it was kind of a mixture between how to stay as much as possible observational, but a little bit also function as if it's a fiction film. So also one of the things that is issue that combined both of it is to work with the sound. Because we had 6 mics, because we had 6 fishermen. And as the boat was, it was a metal boat, whole metal boat, and sometimes we had interference with the signal, so we had to be under some particular angle close to their boat, and not to be too far too close, etc. So we couldn't be. Because there were 2 groups, 3 fishermen in one boat, 3 in the second boat, and we were the third one. So it was not completely usual observation, but it was really sea observation.
Again, going and expecting while reading the annotation of your film, one could hope or expect that by following the lives of aging men going to fish in Norway, in such movies, we usually see more. We see troubles from their life. We see how they go through some social troubles, some family troubles. But you decided differently for your film. Why?
We decided on unity of time almost from the beginning. So we wanted to cover one trip from the very beginning till the end, with a kind of, as I said, not too much of interference, and dealing with it as if we would have a fictional characters. So for us, important issue was that viewer will be able to see the difference or recognize that each 6 of them will be different enough for a viewer, so they would not be mixed during the film. And considering the social background, as you mentioned, one of the issues of the film is getting older and being a fisherman, and this being a kind of a symbol does that mean for men, but also for women? It's kind of in the end general idea, and even though each of our protagonists has a background, one has had this problem that kind of embodied this getting older issue, and he unfortunately got ill, and we were following as naturally things were happening to this group, and realized in the end that we don't have to follow each one of them in this background story. It was enough in a way to pick up only on some of the things, or come back to some of the things. So it's our trial to steer clear in the form that it's one trip, but adding some spices so it would be understandable that it's not only a fishing film.
One very interesting moment of this project is that you, as a woman film director, you are coming to a pure male place, pure male situation. Was it hard or easy, or a little bit of both?
I must say that considering this male-female issue, and I have been for sometimes already been asked about this, I really didn't feel at all some major not a problem, but the difference. I can imagine that they would be swearing more if I was not there. But then, in the end, you wouldn't want to have it too much in your film anyway, even though it would be a male director. So I think that there might be slight different approach by them. Maybe it was a little bit like a spice to the whole situation, and it's not common that women are there from all the whole bus of the fishermen that were traveling from Czech Republic to Norway. There was only one fisherwoman on the bus. So it's not common, but in terms of directing, in terms of shooting, and what we had in the end in raw material, I think it didn't make a difference.
Now I want to ask you about this magic moment showing the film to the audience, and mainly to the characters. You had the premiere last week, and was this the first moment your characters could see the film, and how did they react?
As I mentioned, they are all friends from one street, and they are all almost on daily basis see each other in this bar u jízdárny in Jihlava. So I must admit that last Tuesday premiere was not the first time they saw the film. They saw the film before we authorized, so to say, film or showed it to them in close screening in bar u jízdárny, in Hospoda u jízdárny, and they saw it, and it was it's their environment, and it was like really special moment for them. They couldn't believe that it's them on the screen, because they thought that they just went to catch a few fishes, and in the end it looked like a real story. So they were really, really surprised, because they have different professions and nothing alike filmmaking. For them it was really completely different aspect, and they saw themselves, couldn't believe that it's them. And this surprise, really like a childish surprise, was on this day when we showed it to them for the first time. And then I noticed that for the second time, when they came and there was a whole full cinema of people, and with this notion of Corona that it's not, there were only few until now, and there are not so many premieres, etc. So they're already a little bit being like a cool fisherman, and they were really enjoying the fame. But yes, in general, it's still this feeling of really being surprised that this happened to them is still present. That it's just that people who are watching films, in the end, viewers very often are not able to imagine at all how it can happen that edit and the sound work and everything together make their lives much more, as they say, interesting than they thought it is. Yeah.
Looking at your film, what would you say is the inspiration or the feeling you would like to highlight?
I would say it's watering, or how would you say, like taking care of your friendships, and try to really have a real good fun in all the bits and pieces of your life and every moment, if possible, no matter what.
Where can people see your film now?
The co-producer and a distributor of the film is a production and distribution company, Aerofilms. They decided to go out with the film during the summer, and so far it looks like it was a really good decision. We will see. I assume that after this first run through the CinemaNet, that film will be available in Aerovod, called online platform run by Aerofilms.
Ivana, thank you very much for the interview. Big luck with your movie.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and good luck. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
True Story is a documentary podcast powered by the Institute of Documentary Film. You can find news from the world of film on all the common platforms such as iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, as well as on docweb.net.